Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Friday, July the 9th, and starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart. When we spoke yesterday, we were looking at this wave 3 here as an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4. A little bit complicated, and it has given us a little bit of a hard time through here, but that's just the nature of trading, and that occurs at certain times. Now, yesterday we were looking for or considering an impulse wave to the top here as wave 1 and then pulling back for wave 2, and we're expecting Thursday to be bearish and tightening up in the afternoon, so looking to buy late, in the afternoon session, and then building in through Friday morning and through Friday if Friday proves to be bullish. And we'll also need CBA or the finance sector on our side as well for this move up, so we need to keep an eye on that, and we'll be checking that next. Yeah, so I feel sort of okay about this. Obviously, one of the things that we can see here is this level here. Let's just bring in other levels. So from 7,000, we have, not sure why we got that there. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. So from 7,000, which is the main number that we're working with here, we've got minor levels. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 here that make up Minor Group 1. So what we've been trying to do is find support on that level there. Now, the market has been sticking to it and snaking across it nicely, but we still want to see it as support, and today could be the day for that. On a second note here, that would be Minor Group 1. The next degree smaller would be the sub-levels. So 10, 20, and 30 here. The 30 would be the top of subgroup 1, and that would be important to add positions to. In fact, once you've got support on the 7.3, you can build in positions on 10, 20, and 30 in here, and then also add on to 50 as well, because we want to build in at the beginning of the trend. I know it's the beginning of trend can be a little bit tricky, but obviously the money's in the turn, and we do need to build in, so we need to do that in an orderly fashion. So let's just cruise in here to the 1-hour chart. So yeah, so first of all, we were looking for a move down. Well, Thursday, as I mentioned, it's good to go over our mistakes and the things that we get right, because we learn from them. So Thursday is a day that we would expect, Wednesday, we'll stay with Thursday. So Thursday is a day that normally it opens higher and then trades down for the day. So we got all of that, and that was quite good. One of the points here, it pulled back to the square root of 61.8%, which is the 78.6, rather than pulling down to the 61.8%. Not a big deal, but yeah, I mean, for us to, we might just go to the, I don't know if we're working on the 15-minute chart. I'll just go to the tick chart for this. Now, yesterday with this, we were looking at having a top in play. I thought the market would open a little bit higher, because we didn't really have a nice 5 waves up here. And by the way, we still don't. I'll probably have to move this to here and move this to here. I moved all my little blue ones here that were sitting here. I've used them over here, as I should use these here as well for this little move here, because we don't need them anymore there. It's just good to bring them across. So yeah, we were looking for this correction as an ABC. We were looking for the move up and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then drawing this line across here for that, and then going long down here at that point. So yeah, a bit of a tricky one. You may have got that in there, or you may not may not have, but as I mentioned, I think it's good to talk about these things. So I've counted this here, 5 waves down for wave A and B here, and then down for 1 and back for 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave here, and then across for the 4th wave and down for the 5th wave to make wave C. So it looks impulsive and it looks a little bit dangerous. It looks like we could sort of rally back up and then drop again, and we do need to be a bit careful about that too. So let's just put that there, and the 61.8% would be in here. So good to know there for that. If it was going to fail, that's where it's going to fail from. But that's the point where we want to be building into the trend as well. So a bit of a deeper understanding is required. So, but it does count nicely down here as an A and a B and a C wave down here. I could count it differently, but I'd still get an ABC correction because I've accounted for all the waves within the structure. Okay, so I'm okay with this here, but obviously if this low gets taken out, we're doomed at that point. We'll be going down for a much deeper correction. We'll be back at the 7,000 at that point if that low here is breached, because all of this would just be wave 1, then back for wave 2, and then down for wave 3. However, it's looking good. So in this instance here, we're looking, it looks like a nice 3rd wave sort of moving up here. So we could look at these as 1s and 2s into this space here. So I was thinking this is a 4 here, and we don't really have 5 waves from this low here. So we'd have to look at this as 1 and 2 here. And then we'd also probably have to look at this as 1 and 2 now as well. So there would still be further upside to this move here. But what we're looking for here in a bit of a nutshell is we're looking for a classic trading levels pattern sitting across that level. So we've already got the arrival and the reaction here, I think. Yeah, so we could look at that as the reaction. It's pretty close. So this would be the first high moving up through here. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So the first high above the level, and then we'll have the ABC correction, and then we start building over this side. So that's what we're looking for here. So we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. And as I mentioned, this would have to be, this would be wave 1 and 2 here. And then this would be 1 and 2 probably, coming back to the 61.8% mark. And then, so there's a bit to go here. If I just look at this here, I'll just drag this out. If that's 1 and 2, then that would make that 3 and 4 and 5 here for that. And then there would be a 4, and then there would be a 5. So that could take us to the 61.8% mark here. I'll just tidy this up a little bit. And that would be that 1 here, and then this 2 here would probably just pull back to wave 2, back to the wave 4 here. So in that case, we would be looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then moving another little classic trading levels pattern sitting over in this corner here for that, and then moving up from that point. But being Friday, if it is going to be strong, it may not pull back right down here. You know, we may even just get a pattern that's like this here that sits on that 300 here. So just on the 300, go up here, come back and check it, and then move off from that point. So yeah, just need to be a little bit careful. That's why it's good to put in little small amounts and manage those, and then just keep building. But we're at the beginning of the trend here for this. So in one way or another, we need to see if Friday is going to be bullish, and we'll need the banks on our side for that, I'd imagine. And we want that number here to be support. Okay, it's kind of that simple. The idea is to build in through group 1, 10, 20, and 30. And if we get support on 30 here, then we're leaving that number at that point. Tested support on 30. So we're looking for a classic trading levels pattern sitting on 30. something like this, that can come back to the 2 again and then move off. So we want to be long there again as well. You want to try and build in on the 2 here as well. If you can get in on the 2 and the 1 here, there's 3 or 4 positions here, and then looking to get on top of the 50 as well. So basically building this in through here. That's what we're looking for. So let's just see if Friday, and if Friday closes strong, then you know that you probably want to be adding through the European and US sessions as well. Keep building that through those, and adding Monday morning as well, because the profit taking will come in on Tuesday morning, and then the trend resuming on Tuesday afternoon, and then we get Wednesday and Thursday again, those swing days. So Thursday afternoon here kind of thing, or whenever that was, seeing that strength come off the lows, even just taking this high out here would be fine. You know that there's strength. It's what we were looking for. So that was the time to build in. Let's just have a look at Combank. Okay. So yeah, look, first of all, this is the tick chart for Commonwealth Bank. And we'll just go back to the daily chart here, because there might be some folks that are just catching up and so on. So in a nutshell, we have got wave 4, and we're going up for wave 5, and we've got 1 and 2, and nice strong third wave here. We've been going through the 4th wave, and the 4th wave pulls back to 38.2%, which is this line in the sand here that I've got. It's a bit of an odd sort of correction. I mean, normally when I'd see that, I would say that we're going to be dropping lower before going higher, because it looks like a corrective continuation pattern. But on closer inspection, there is a slim chance we could just push up from that low, but the point being, from this wave 3 top here, as an A wave here, an A, B, and C wave here for that. It's not a very good C wave, is it? Either way, then I was looking down for 1, 2, 3, and then we've got an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and down for wave 5. So we kind of got what I was looking for. It's a very rugged and rough looking count, and I mean, I wouldn't normally be sort of selling something like this, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if we can get support on this number here, and it did look quite good yesterday. Not sure what I spoke about here, but doesn't really matter. What we're looking for in a nutshell, we've got that. It looks impulsive here, doesn't it? So that's quite good. So that would be impulsive, and then so we could look at it as wave 1, and then we're pulling back to the 50-60% mark here. So that's all good. It may come back down and test it again, and all those sorts of things. But what we're looking for is that first high above the level there. So we've got that. It may do something like that, I'm not sure, but we want that there. We want that nice sort of first high above the level kind of thing, like that. That's what we're looking for. And then also too here, we've got from 100, we got 1, 2, and 3. So we can build in on these levels. That's what we want to do as well. But you can also build in here. So when you got 1 here, there'll be the 10 here. So there'll be, 1, 2, 3. So you could look at 3 here to be support, get support on that on tick chart, and add to that. So you want to build in a few positions on this side of it. So is this wave 4 ABC finished here? Look, to be honest, it's a bit of a long shot. This could get much uglier. We could end up with a B wave up here, and then a C wave over here as well, coming back down, checking it again. That's what I'd normally think, but let's just see how it goes. But the fact that that's pushed up here and it looks like 5 waves, that gives the ASX a really good chance. But what we need now is we need to see CBA sitting on top of 100 today. That's what you're looking for. And this is ANZ here. So there's two propositions for this, is that from this green wave 4 here, we can look at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2, and then 3, 4, 5 up here for this wave 5 to be sitting up yonder here. Copy that, put that there. Or we've got wave 5 top in play here, and we're looking down for the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave, and that would make CBA much bigger, and also that would affect the ASX 200 as well. So it kind of boils down that we do need the banks on our side. We do need to see Friday become strong. Yeah, so that's what we're sort of looking for at the moment with all of this. This box here is the 61.8% from this low to this high here. And it does make a nice ABC pattern in here with this ending triangle pattern here for wave C, so to speak. We'll just see how that plays out. Let's check on iron ore. Iron ore. Okay, so this is the tick chart. I'll just go back to the daily chart for a moment, if that's cool, because we'll just get some perspective on this. I've got it sort of 1 degree smaller as well here for this, so just bear with me a second. So yeah, we've been sort of talking about it as a, we know that we know from the top here, we know the first move down through here is in 3 waves. That's very clear. So this move here as an A wave is bullish corrective. I just wasn't quite sure how this would play out here for all of this. I was thinking of a triangle, and it plays okay now because that was up in 3 waves here, so an A and a B and 5 waves up for a C to make D here and then E here. So we may be finished in here reasonably earlier than I anticipated, so we might just be like that. So when I go to the tick chart, I got this A, B, C, D, E here on a smaller scale, 1 degree smaller. So let's just check on that. There we go. So yeah, coming down from the top here, we've got a nice A, B with 5 waves in here. And then this move's got 5 waves in for 1 and 2, and then 5 waves in for 3 and 4 and 5. So I have no problem whatsoever with that being an A and a B and a C wave. What that does mean though is that means that we're in a flat correction, or a triangle, or even a double zigzag or something, some other weird pattern. So as a triangle pattern here, it's not the best looking triangle because it's, you know, it doesn't really sort of add up to a there's not much here for that, you know, giving it that triangle look, but that's sort of okay. We'll just stay with the patterns. So we're looking at this as an A and a B and a C for the B wave, an A and a B and a C here for the wave C here, and then an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C of D, and that would leave us with an A and a B and a C for this one here as well. So we may be coming to an end in all of this. Now, I can't say that for sure. This could get a bit uglier and so on, but we'll just, we just got to work with the obvious here for the time being. So that's the 61.8% up at that end, and this is the 61.8% down at this end as well for that. So yeah, let's just see how that plays out. Obviously, we've still got another week here of this moving sideways. Could it be bearish? The only bearish thing I'd get, I'd have to move this over to here then for that. But that wasn't the high, that was the high there. But if I did that, then that would be wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C for wave 2, and then a deeper move down from that point. But I can't do that because it's not the high. So that was the bearish, the more bearish side of it as such. So we may have to go that way, but let's just see how this plays out. So this A wave here, that needs to be in 5 waves. I haven't had a bit of a look at it. That's a wave 4 here. Not sure. That could be finished at that point. Looks a bit short for that one, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here. 1 and 2 and 3 here. Is that part of that wave? It's a bit small. Anyway, a bit of work to do on that. But yeah, so could be quite finished here, and not, you know, and not a and hopefully not a big move to the downside. So we'll see, because that's going to be quite supportive of you know, well, iron ore stocks, of course. Let's just check on a few of those. So we want to have a look at, say, we'll start with BHP first in the US. Nothing much happening here with this. So let's just check on the tick chart where we've been working. There was a few things going on here with this, but in a nutshell, we're looking at a wave 2 to come into play. Let me just clean this up a little bit. I mean, the only mistake I can see that we could have made here is that this wave 1 here is actually over here for this, and then we have an A and a B and a C wave down here for that. But if you're long here, we'll just keep the stop well out of the way. And let's just, if we took this low here and this high here, let's just move that to there. Then this here, stops would have to be above that. Is that, yeah, that one. Just put that there, below that rather. Stops need to be below that. But otherwise, yeah, looking okay for that. Let's just check on the Australian BHP. Okay, so this is the daily chart, and yeah, well, that's good news, because we've just taken out that top there, and that was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to see that this top be taken out here, because then that forces this here to be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 2. So this wave 4 being here, which is a little bit small, that bothered me a little bit. I thought we may end up coming over here for that, and it still may be the case. We could be in some sort of triangle sort of thing, but the fact that wave 1 took the top out here as well, it's looking quite good as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2, and then we're looking up for wave 1 and 2 here. So we'll just see how this sort of climbs up. You know, it's going to fluff around here at the 50, but yeah, it will fluff around here while iron ore does its thing, you know, to a point. But more so with Rio. I mean, here we've got to put in, you know, other commodities, crude and copper and things. Let's just have a look on the tick chart for this. This coming back down low here, below these ones here, really, I can see we got 5 waves in that little move. Coming up here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, but then this is the low here, so this would be an A and a B and a C. So this is an A and a B and a C, but haven't expanded flat in this as wave 1 and 2. I just doesn't ring quite true for me. So there's something else going on here with this. It's more like a wave 4 and a wave 5 coming up here. It's more like a wave 4 here, you know. It's more like this here. Anyway, I'll do some work on that. But the good news here, either way, is that we took out that top from over here. I mean, our next step is really to find this as support, and obviously that's going to take a little bit of time there. Let's have a look at the iron ore stocks. Fortescue. Okay, well that looks good. That's Once again, for this particular market, we were looking at wave 3 top over here. I'm happy to look at wave 4 being here because this here is in a nice correction. This is definitely a corrective pattern, but I couldn't find 5 waves moving up here. So I've left it as a B wave and looking down for the C wave, but that's looking a bit slim really, because the size of this move here compared to the size of this A, B, C correction here, this is rather big compared to this one here. So I doubt if this is actually like 1 and 2 sitting here and 3, 4, 5 sitting there. Don't need 2 of those. So I don't think that's the case here. But still, I can't just throw it out just yet. I'd have to see the market above this B wave here for that. Let me just check tick chart. A little bit messy here. Let's just put it down that we've got one position in here, and it would have to be that one. Has made that new high, which is fantastic, but it's only up there in 3. This looks like 5 waves to me, and that looks like 3 waves, so we'll just leave that there. As I mentioned yesterday with this particular stock here, FMG, it's delivering a really good dividend. I'm not, you have to double check, but like 6% or something. And not only that, in the bigger scheme of things, I know that it's moving up higher. So I don't know, I'm not sure. I mean, I understand this part. I understand this here as an impulse wave and then an A and a B and a C wave here for that. And it could be up for 1 here and back for 2 here and up for 1 here and back for 2 here, as I was probably looking at before with this. But I'm not sure just yet. It's looking better all the time. And I may have to bring this in as an expanded flat as well here. I'll just leave it all. It doesn't matter for the time being. I still can't confirm anything. That's really the bottom line with this. But it was good news that BHP pushed up. That's going to be very helpful. Let's just check on Rio. Let's just go to the daily chart first. So Rio here, just as I've got a bearish count, but this is my bullish count, which I've been working on as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. And what we need here is we need a little move above that. Didn't quite get that, but BHP did that, so that's a good sign, because this move here appears to be corrective. Now it could be down for 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave here, and then we come all the way further down here. That's the thing with it. But I did count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here with an A and a B and a C here. So I'm okay with the bullish move. So we'll stay with this for the time being. And let's have a look at, well, crude oil. Where's that? Yeah. We're going to give that some time, because I want to see a few more bars in there for the wave 4 before we pull it apart. Oh, but let's just go and have a quick look, shall we? Let's just go into 20 ticks and take it from the top and see if there's anything there that we can see. Well, there we go. Let's just get in a few more then. Well, this point here would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, wouldn't it? This one here is probably 5 waves. Just sorting through it now. That would be the 5th wave, 4th, 3rd. So there's that leg. Yeah, so we'd have to look at it as 1 and 2 in here, and 3 here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So yeah, it looks like an ABC correction here for this so far, but let's just see. It still could be, you know, it can still, I don't want to draw on the 20-tick chart, so I'll just go to 1,000, I'll go to 100, because I'll forget that I've drawn on it, and I can't have a certain amount of objects on there for that. Just checking a few other things while I'm here. We can tune into this as we go. I'm just speculating here for this, so a B wave up here for this, and then a C wave over here for this, to make that wave 4, you know. We'll start filling in the dots a little bit. Because it's in 3 waves here, it can be completed. That can be, you know, this wave 4 here can go here. Well, that's the 50-60% retracement level. So yeah, a move up to that point. That's a little 5-wave structure, a little bit small. This one here is 1 and 2 here. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So there'll be more here, I suppose. Something like that. That could be the B wave. It could also be impulsive and just keep going as well. I don't know that yet, you know. I'm just saying, if this level here, or let's just say, let's square that up at 75. Obviously, that's a long way up. And 73, 72, 71, and 70 here. It's just, anyway, we can work through that. We'll just see how that goes, and if we do come back down here, we'll help with a buy set up here. But being in 3 waves here, this means that we've either got a flat correction. We could also have an expanded flat where it takes out the top and then takes out the bottom here. That's also possible. The triangle pattern, because it's in 3 waves here, that's also possible as well. So an A, B, C, D, and E here for that. It could be a regular flat where it just comes back up to being the top here and then comes down to the bottom in 5 waves here, and be a regular flat and then moves off at that point. So because it's in 3 waves, there's a lot that can, there's a variety of things that can occur here. So you never really know the answer until things mature, and it's good not to make decisions until it matures. I mean, the more mature you are, the better the decisions that we make. Enough waffling, let's cruise into copper. So yeah, I mean, copper's looking, this little bit here can be interpreted in different ways. I understand that. And I may not have it right at this wave. The A and the B just looks a little bit small, so I've probably got it wrong. But I'm not really seeing an impulse wave here. I mean, I've got this as an impulse wave. Then this is a little bit weird in here. This I can see that's an A and a B and a C wave here for that. So that's where the B wave goes. So we could put that in. Oh, that's still not going to work, is it? I'll just have to leave that for the time being too. I can see that there's more to that. But the point being here is that it's not looking impulsive. it's looking a bit corrective. So still looking, well, yeah. Just looking for another move down through here. Let's just see how the Australian dollar's going, if that can help us at all. Australian dollar. Okay, well that's good, isn't it? That's moved lower now. So we've rearranged this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave. And then just making this move down through here. So I would assume if we can be probably 1 and 2 in here, and then our little third wave coming in that's not finished yet. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. There'll be a fourth wave, and then there'll be the fifth wave. So we're still looking down here lower for this to come into play, to play out rather. But that's good that it's made that new low there. That will help copper be in that situation as well. We don't need that. We'll pick up a better price down the bottom. Yeah. This will be when the US dollar tops out as well now, of course, and that's when all the other currencies will finish. I should, if I bring in the euro or the pound into the video, then the video just goes on all day, and I might as well be just go live, stay live. But yeah, let's just check on that US dollar. So this is the US dollar. From this green wave forward that we were talking about before yesterday, we're looking at this as being little 1 there and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, fourth, fifth for the third, the fourth, and then go, and we counted a little 5 waves up here for that. That was all good. And so that could be the top of the market for that. I don't have 5 waves down here just yet. We only have 3 waves. We have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. It could turn 4, 5, and we have 5 waves down. But what sort of haunted me about this was the, where's my green wave 3 gone? So that was cool. That's alrighty. So it was this, and my green wave 1's gone too. Must be on a different time frame. So the thing here, as you know, I've mentioned before, is that I was just a little bit unsure about this move in here, and if this wave 2 should go over here for that. That if I put wave 2 here, that means we've got a top in place. So I can't do that yet. We may have to sort of include this one here in another little move to the, whoopsie-daisy, move to the upside here. And in that, it would be pulling back, as mentioned yesterday, pulling back into this space, and then having one more high come in through here. So we'll see. But the Australian dollar and all that, they all should top out together. So we're kind of there. We're getting there, you know. And that's 93 here. So the 93 would be top of group 1. So anyway, let's just see how that plays out. Okay, that's the dollar. And what's next? We looked at copper and stocks. We need to have a look at gold. This is gold, but it's the tick chart for this, so I haven't looked at it yet, but I can say here for this looks like because that's dropped below this low here, that's left this with an A, B, C here for this. So this wave 2 here that I've probably talked about before needs to probably come over here for that. It can still pull back to this length, so I'll get rid of that. Yeah, but the same sort of story goes. We want to be building in on top of Well, 1800, then 10, 20, and 30. So all of those still need to play out here for that. I mean, the fact that that's in 3 waves here makes all of that corrective. So we're going up. There's no problems about that. Do we have 5 waves coming down for the top? We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, we do. So that's 1 and 2. I'll just double check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's all okay, actually. What does that count like here? I still would need to be above the 50-60% retracement level here as well for that. Just good to know where that is. That's in there on top of 10, so that's where we'll be building into next. So support on top of 10 is above the 61.8%. So if, I don't know, but if this market moves up and sits on 1810, then as a classic trading levels pattern up here, then you'll know that you'll need to go long at that point. So you look for the arrival. Definitely get sold off because it's a 61.8% mark and it could be a bit severe-ish, but you may be able to draw a line through there for that to get in there at that point. Otherwise, wait for that first high above the level and then move in at that point if it's going to go there. But if this fails, if this is some sort of expanded flat correction sitting here, then we could go to here, to here, to here, and then push up from that point. So that's also possible as well because it took out the top here. But we can put that there, but we also now need to copy that and bring that over here. And we don't want it touching our stop, so we're just going to move the stop out of the way. In this case, that's our swing range here, as we mentioned before, when you talk about 1800, which is a minor level. Then we have sub-levels 1, 2, and 3 that make up Group 1, and then Group 2 below. That would be the natural swing range for the market to swing at across this particular number. Support on 1830 will take it higher. Resistance at 65, 1765 will take it lower at that point. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment with this. This can't be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 because this has dropped below here. So we can have a running flat correction here, I guess, in that regard. We could put that through there. We could look at it like that. But yeah, I'd watch out for this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into that space. Let's just have a look at Newcrest. Newcrest, where are you? There we are. Down 1%, yep. As mentioned yesterday, we really want to get this. This is medium level here, 25, and then we've got Group 2 here at 28. With 8, we've got 65 and 72. The 65 here is 2650. It's a very subtle number. Obviously, nobody would really even notice it, but when you do notice it, you notice it, do you know? So we want that as support. It's the lower end of Group 2. Just going to drop this. Out of the way. Just going to move that stop out of the way. I mean, I've got a position in this and there's no way I'm getting out. Yeah, so what else is there that I haven't looked at? I always forget something when I finish the video. How's India going? I wonder if that spike is valid. Or it's just a spike from the CFD players. I'll have to check on that. But either way, this trend is not finished to the upside. Yeah, I need to check on that, but that's okay. I mean, even if this comes down further, it comes down to here, it still doesn't matter. It looks a bit part of all this correction here. It's really having a hard time here. Why is that? What's that? Is there not? Must be an old high over here or something. No, there can't be. It looks like it's struggling a bit. Maybe I need to recount this a bit, because a trend has got a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is a quarterly bar here, and this is the beginning here, this is the middle here, and then this is the sort of ending of the structure here. So it looks like the beginning, the middle, and the end. So we'll have to be a little bit careful about that. That took us up to 16.7, 16.8. 16.8. I wonder if that's there. I'll have to double check on that. I'll get back to you on that. You probably, I mean, if you're trading it, you'd know if that's like just an error in the bar, or something has occurred at that point. Alrighty, I think I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.